yeah, now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Resellers Locker Room Podcast, episode 30. My name is Ben, the Rocky Top Picker. We got a full house in the locker room tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Up top, off the streets, making money off of shipping, selling hats with lice. We have Alex, the Beard King Picker. Next up, we have the very animated Shane Soda City Flips in the house. And over past him, Chris, sweep your floor, you nasty bugger. Easy Pickens in the house with us. And our special guest, please welcome Jason, Lux Garage, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into the locker room, gentlemen. How we doing?
Good, man.
What's up? Shane, are you good, bro?
Man,
what was that?
Ben said I was too still last time.
Oh. Now you're just a wet noodle?
Yeah. One of those wacky flailing.
Oh, the wacky. Yeah, there you go. You got to go like this, I think.
Yeah.
Well, it is good to have you back, Shane. We missed you last time, and it wasn't the same, so we're glad you're back in with us. And ladies and gentlemen, viewers of all ages, we have a special guest with us here in the locker room for this edition of the Reseller Locker Room Podcast. We have Jason from Lux Garage. He also is a YouTube creator. Welcome in, Jason. Why don't you tell our viewing audience a little bit about yourself and your channel?
All right. Of course, my channel's name's Lux Garage. It's named that because I've got a 40 by 60 garage full of my collection. I've collected all my life, and I can't even get vehicles in there now. So I've decided to start letting a lot of it go. It's very difficult to decide what to let go because I still buy and collect because I'm going to be a collector first. But I'm reselling a lot of that, trying to go through, decide what I want to keep, decide what I want to sell. And then the channel's just basically about me going through that. And I'm also going to shows and doing all kinds of other stuff because, life is going on. So you want to enjoy it. So that's what I do. So I just videotaping everything I'm doing and then just trying to put a video out of it. So
there you go.
Awesome.
That's cool, man. Cool.
How much do you want for that rat fink behind you?
It's not for sale. I could have sold it quite a few times. It's an actual official license. If it was one of the knockoffs, it probably would be pretty easy to get rid of. But
yeah.
Well, Jason, anybody that watches your channel and the episodes and content you put out, anyone can figure out pretty quick that you're a big collector of a lot of things. Yeah. And that brings us to our topic of this episode, the difficulty of being a collector and a reseller. So, gentlemen, who wants to start us off talking about this hard subject?
I can start. I've been a collector before I was a reseller. Honestly, if I was never a collector, I would never start reselling because that's how I got into reselling. I used to collect all the Spawn figurines, and it pretty much got out of hand, and I started selling them off years. I decided after I tattooed all the Spawn onto my body, I could let some of the figurines go. So I still have, I think, about 3 listed, but I've sold a ton of them, and I still have my comics that I'm holding on to, all the Spawn comics. So my problem is I like collecting a lot of things, so I'll get into something new, and now I'm buying every wrestling toy that I see. I want to buy a wrestling toy. So I think I got a handful of new wrestling toys here at the side of me that I bought, and not to resell, just for myself. So there's definitely been situations where I go out sourcing and I'm supposed to be buying things to throw on eBay, and I just buy it for my own collection. So definitely does not help, but I think it's kind of cool being a collector and enjoying it. Now that I'm a little older, I can enjoy it for a little bit and then list it, maybe hold on to it for a year and then share it to someone else and let them get some enjoyment out of it. So especially when it comes to like vintage toys, I feel like if I'm not saving them, I feel like I'm rescuing them, right? To pass on to another collector once I'm done with it, so. But there's definitely been I've started getting into buying a lot of fantasy books now, and that's taking away from my book business because I know they're worth money.
Welcome to the club, brother.
Yeah. So that's my new addiction lately, is buying some fantasy books I want to read. So
awesome. I know a guy who sells a lot of those.
I heard he doesn't sell them anymore.
No, he doesn't.
I heard he just lives on the legend that he used to sell books on whatnot, but hasn't done it in quite a while.
I have not had a book show in quite a while. But since we're talking about it, I collect books and hats, and it's very difficult for me to. Every time I go thrifting or yard selling or whatever, I'm always looking for books. Hats. I've enjoyed wearing hats since I was a kid, and I like to find super cool ones and throw them on a shelf and display them. I have some at my office at my 9 to 5. I have some here in the eBay room. I have some in my bedroom. I have hats everywhere. So when I find cool ones that I know I should be selling, I have a very hard time doing it just because they look good in the collection. When it comes to books, I'm an avid reader. I read all the time. And I'll buy tons and tons of books at a time. And I want to sell most of what I buy. But if I come across a cool Stephen King, especially, he's my favorite author. If I find a cool version of a book or a first edition that I don't already have, I'm keeping it. And there's no questions asked. Like that. The thought to resell that book never crosses my mind because I know this is one I don't have, and it's going to look good on the bookshelf next to all the other cool ones I have. So, but that's me. Those are the only two things I collect, but they're both difficult to let go of when I see one that I really, really like.
So,
Cool.
as a true collector, when it comes to like toys and figurines, you have to buy 3. So one to open, one to display in the case, and then another one just in case something happens. You got the backup. So 3 of them.
That's funny.
But you, Chris?
Yeah, I collect a few different things. I collect Hot Wheels. I go through phases, right? I went through a phase years ago where I collected Hot Wheels, man. I needed to buy every Hot Wheel that I could find that I liked, And then the next phase, I was collecting model cars, like muscle cars, the plastic model kits. I was collecting those, stacking those up. And then I was moving on to, actual die-cast, like 1/18 scale die-cast muscle cars, the highly detailed ones. The phase I'm in right now is Lego Star Wars. And I collect minifigures primarily and some of the retired box sets. So some of these minifigures are worth crazy money.
Yeah.
So I'll find them out in the wild picking, and I just can't bring myself to sell them because they're so cool, man. So I got them all on display, But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. That's what I've been collecting lately. I've got a few $1,000s worth of Star Wars minifigure, and it's not that many. Are we doing show and tell or what?
It's like 3. We'll get to show and tell.
All right. But yeah, that's what I've been dealing with. The other side of that is with I'll find stuff that I find that's cool. I may not be collecting it, but I'll find something that's cool, and I won't list it right away. I'll put it on display for a little while in my shop, in my office.
Yep.
And then after a while, all right, it's time to list it. Like some of these really sweet drag racing, nostalgic drag racing diecast, man.
Yeah.
I just like having them on display because they're so detailed. It blows me away, really.
I got a top of my shelf here is things that I bought to resell, but I'm just kind of displaying them. Slowly getting listed.
Well, let's hear from Jason. Let me tell you. How old are you, Jason?
Well, I'm going to be 45 in September.
All right. He is the collector kingpin. I'm telling you. The stuff this guy's got. You need to go over and watch his channel over on YouTube, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Jason, let's talk about your aspects of a collector and a reseller.
I collect Hot Wheels and signs primarily now. I used to hardcore collect records, but I listened to them also, so I didn't really think of it because I've collected them for probably 25 years. Skateboards, helmets. I've collected just about anything I like. I see. I buy it. I like the old toys I used to play with when I was a kid, and like I said, if it's something that I like, I buy it. It didn't really have to be a Hot Wheel or a sign. It's just you see something, you really just sparks an interest. I just went and got it, or I heard something about something that I wanted to see, or somebody showed me something cool, and then I'll go hunt around and try to find one because I really like, what it looked like or whatever. But my collection's mostly Hot Wheels, signs, records. I've got probably 200 hats, but I've wore them all my life, and I didn't really look at them as collecting them. And then, basically anything to do with UT is not really a collection, but I've had all my life. So, and that's pretty much what I collect and kind of do.
Cool. Well, I'm a little different from you guys. Back in middle school, high school, I was avid into ball cards. We had a couple ball card shops here in town. I'd go there after school every day, spend a couple hours in there buying wax packs, opening those things up. Still have my entire card collection.
Me too.
Got some really older high dollar cards. One of the possessions that I do have that I know that I would never sell is an autographed Mickey Mantle baseball. And me and my dad went to a sports card auction here locally to benefit the Boys and Girls Club. I'll never forget that day that he was starting to bid on that baseball. And I don't think he practices here anymore, but he was a big doctor in town, and my dad was bidding against him, and my dad won the bid, and that was the most exciting time winning that Mantle baseball. But I like die casting Hot Wheels, but I differ from you guys. Really, being a collector and reselling is not a problem for me. I guess I'm on that high of what can I make a buck on. So yeah, I see things all the time that, it'd be nice to put in my collection, but look what it's selling for. I mean, I would rather make the money, and, I'm working towards the goal of paying my mortgage off. So that probably makes a difference too on an individual basis. What are you trying to accomplish? So if it's worth any real value, if I don't already own it and I find it out and I'm going to sell it. So I'm not much of one to keep stuff.
I think if I was a full-time reseller and didn't have a W-2 income, I probably would look at things a little different, and it'd be a lot easier for me to let stuff go, I think.
That probably, you're right, Shane. That probably makes a difference too.
That's
When
a
you're
good
doing
point.
when you're doing it for a living, you kind of set the stuff aside and say, hey, I can make money right now with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's true. I mean, you can always buy it later too.
Right. Yeah.
Get in the
right.
financial.
Once you make your YouTube millions, right?
Yeah, you'll just buy it from another reseller. And you gotta pay up for it this time.
Yeah.
It's hard though when you find something that you like to collect and you find it at a yard sale for $1 and it sells for more, but you want it.
It's so tough.
Yeah.
Like the wrestling toy, I got a Hulk Hogan NWO wrestler, right? It sells. I got it for a couple bucks cheaper than it is on eBay. But I'm a compulsive buyer, so I would never go on eBay and actually buy this wrestling toy. But since it was right in front of me,
Yeah.
then I buy it. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't take the time to go search it and buy it. So
well, that reminds me, Alex. I did go to a flea market. It was sometime last year, and I found something I can't remember at the time, but I remember when I found it, I was like, "Oh, I've got to keep this."
Yeah.
Well, after I got home and I thought of putting it in the house, I felt guilty because I come in here and comped it out, and then I really felt guilty. Ben, you don't need to keep this. Look what you can get for it. And then I ended up selling it. So,
but didn't you play with them first before you listed them?
No. Don't torture myself.
It's hard to train yourself to do anything different.
Yeah.
I don't know how you train yourself to do anything different. I mean, if you like it so much that it, I don't know. I can't differentiate yet. Collector, if I said I want it, I'm going to keep it. That's just anybody that knew me up until a couple of years ago would have said that boy don't sell nothing. So,
well, you got a 30 by 60 garage to stick it in.
Well, not no more. It's full. So, we're trying to get trying to get it up, moved around enough so I can start putting my Airstream in there and start working on it. So,
oh, nice.
Before I went full time, I was one of those die cast guys that made my rounds. I went to Walmart at a specific time. I went to dollar store, and I would come out of there with just boatloads of cars. Dude, I've not done that in I don't know how long now.
Yeah,
It's really not worth your time.
I don't even know
I
what
don't
a Hot
think
Wheels.
it's worth your time anymore.
There's a few newer
You can
Hot
go to a
Wheels.
show.
There were some
Go
money
ahead.
that just came out though. I forget the model that came out. I know people are saying it was selling for like 65, 85 on eBay, and it was in Walmart, so you could find them at Walmart. I don't remember the car.
Super
What
treasure
everybody's
hunts.
looking for is the treasure hunts, right, Jason? I mean, that's
Yeah.
you got these guys that'll get up at 5 a.m. to hit Walmart before it opens, so they could be the first ones to comb the pegs to pull the treasure hunts off.
What is a
And then-
treasure hunt? Can you explain that for me? Because I don't know anything about
Go for it, Jason.
Hot Wheels.
What you're looking for is a super treasure hunt. The regular treasure hunt's pretty common now. You can pick them up any show for a couple bucks, $3. But the super is going to have a Spectre Flame paint, and it's also going to have real rider tires. And if you'll flip it up on its side, it's going to have a little green symbol behind it with a little flame through a circle. That's the easiest way to tell if you're looking at a Hot Wheel and it's like shining compared to the rest of them, flip it up on its side and look behind it, see if it's got that circle, then you'll know you found one. Most of them, as soon as they come out, they're $30, $40, and then some of them skyrocket $100, $150, $200, and they're right off the peg at Walmart for $1.15 or $1.20 now. So,
wow, that's cool.
They just produce those, Shane, in less numbers. The super treasures are in less number production.
Yeah, I haven't found a super treasure yet. I found a couple of regular treasure hunts, but they're not really worth anything. The ones I found anyway. Off the pegs is what I'm talking about.
Peg popping.
Unless it's a new casting that I collect. I only collect 89 and back now, but unless it's a new casting I collect, I'm selling it as soon as I get it or trading it, because it's great trade stuff if you're into collecting.
I will tell you this. If you're a collector of Hot Wheels, any of y'all watching this, you know what I'm going to say is true. But if you're thinking about getting into the Hot Wheels collection area, if you are a completist, you can forget about it. I don't think there's any way possible that any one person can get every single car produced by Hot Wheels. The closest one that I know that might be there is Jason. But it's impossible. Producing so many since the late 60s till now. If you're a completist collector, I don't think you could be done. Do you, Jason?
No, because there is, if you're going to count prototypes, there's going to be things you'll never have. But
variations.
As far as, if you want to talk about variations, I mean, you could get into those all day. I mean,
but to have every one plus the variations, right. I mean, completist.
Even red lines, the first years they come out in 8 to 12, even 20 colors on some of them. Yeah. So, and that's the very first year in 68. So, I mean, it's always been we can produce this car, different colors, people are going to buy it. So.
Gotcha. All right, Alex.
Yes, sir.
What to now?
What do you want to do? We want to show off. Let's have a show and tell real quick.
Show and tell.
So this is an item. This is my whole childhood. Yes.
Hey, Alex, you got the Spawn Hot Wheels?
I do not have Spawn Hot Wheels. No.
It's the comic book you was talking about is actually in the package, and then there's a Firebird funny car that comes with it to Spawn. And they've got two variations of it. Plus, they've got, I think, 2 different comic books in those. But it's actually a Spawn comic book. I'm not sure which series and which number. And it's got a matching car for the cover. Inside, it's a Firebird funny car. And they have it with and without bats on the hood. I didn't know if you had that or not, because you said you were a big Spawn guy.
The only thing I have is the Spawn toys, all the comics. I don't have that one, though. And then I have the Spawn record vinyl. It's from the movie. It's a dual picture. I think it's picture disc. It's somewhere, because I collect tons of vinyl too. So, all right. So this is my childhood. It'll never be listed because I've always been chasing after finding a good one. And mine's not incomplete, but it is the Castle Grayskull. So I could get Snake Mountain too. But it is the one thing I'm still collecting is anything He-Man. I'll still pay up money for it. I got this one for like $40, which they can sell for like, I think there was a price tag for like 100 on this one. I got it for 40. They usually go for like 65, 85 on eBay right now, depending how complete they are. If they have all the pieces inside of it, they'll go for more than that. So that's never getting listed though, because I've always my mom, I guess, threw mine away. I had to buy a new one.
Yeah, there's two
Do you have the-
versions of that too. That first
You have the
release.
figures too, Alex?
I have the Battle Cat somewhere, like the original one, and then I'll show it in another episode, but I have He-Man and Skeletor Rock'em Sock'em, which is a pretty rare item. I've never seen it before, so that one's not getting listed either. It's actually the Rock'em Sock'em's in the middle of He-Man style WWE ring, so it's pretty cool. It's all way up here, so
Sounds cool.
Yep. So that's
All right.
that's one item that I won't get rid of, and then we can let you else share, and then I do have one item that I'm ready to list.
Hey, Alex, was that a first run?
I'm not sure on this one.
Yeah, you can tell by the eyes being darker, and then there's a door shape. The doors will come up and around and square. It's more squared at the corners, and in the light, the eyes are a little lighter. If you got one of those bring way up there. They're a lot more than $100.
Okay, yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think so. It's pretty dark, but I don't know if this is square. The door.
Yeah, see the door. That looks like it could be. The door's more squared here instead of being round in the corner, so it could be. Just depends on how light those eyes are. You might want to look into it I know you're not going to sell it, but if you decided to.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good to know.
That's cool.
Hopefully
I didn't realize.
I'm gonna go look at mine now.
There was variations.
Yeah, there's a lot of variations on all that stuff.
See, if they had the other one, the Snake Mountain, then I would probably buy that one too, if I could find an original of that. So to add it to my collection.
Remember using the microphone on that thing whenever I had
You
mine.
have one of those as well, Chris?
Yeah, I have a Castle Grayskull. It's not as good a condition as Alex's, but I picked it up at a garage sale for like $3 or something.
Oh, nice.
And the plastic is super brittle, but it'd be pretty cool to put on display,
I mean, something for your childhood that you find for $3. It's hard to sell it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I found a bunch of figures at my thrift store. About 6 months ago, man? I was like 3 bags full. I mean, stuffed full. I had the Battle Cat, had almost all the enemies, and then like a couple different of the good guys. I don't remember all their names, but it was like $5 a bag, dude. It was like one of those dream situations. Like, oh my god! And then it all sold for $150 or something crazy. But,
wow,
it was sweet.
All right, who's next?
I guess I'll go.
Okay.
So I mentioned earlier I collect books and hats, and I thought I'd go Stephen King themed here. So just to show a couple of my first edition Stephen King Pet Cemetery.
Nice.
Christine. That one's in amazing condition.
Okay,
and then one of my favorite books, Firestarter.
Huh.
I love this cover, the white cover.
Let me ask a nerdy book question. When you read them, do you take the book dust covers off?
I don't read hardback. I read paperback.
Oh, you buy the paperback to read then, right?
Yep. So all the books I read are I have read.
They're just hard.
The hard covers, but yeah, I would take the dust jacket off because I wouldn't want to, damage it, crease it, or anything silly.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm reading a hardback, but I'm taking off the cover because it's hard to hold. But I've been buying Stephen King, but I'm buying the paperback. If I really like the series, then I'll probably buy the complete series as trophies after finishing the book of the hardback edition.
There you go.
My wife's calling me a book snob now because I'm buying all the limited edition runs of books and stuff with the
that's what
and everything.
I thought about bringing. I got this super dope version of Stephen King's. Oh crap! What book is it? Night Shift. It's like this variation cover, super cool cover. But I have that's what I should have done. I should have brought one of each. I have the first edition, and then I have this super cool, like rare copy of it. But that's the kind of stuff I look for. If it's the first edition and it's nicer than the copy I have at home, I pick it up for me, and then I'll resell my other version. But if not, I pick them up anyways because the first editions are always going to be a little, better money. but I also look for those cover variations and things like that, special editions. Like the Stand came out with this. Stephen King decided to re-release it unedited, so there's like another 700 freaking pages that didn't make the original cut. So the book's, it's a big, thick book now, but I'm actually currently reading that version in paperback that my stepdaughter bought me for Christmas. So I'm reading the unedited version of that book now. But to stick with the Stephen King and hats, a lot of you guys have seen the video I posted, but I recently received this hat. This is it from Amy at Beach by Repeat. I was watching one of her live videos. It is on a it tag as well.
That's cool.
But I was watching one of her live videos where she was digging through some Gaylords that she had bought from Goodwill. Her Goodwill, like late at night, they auction off Gaylords full of just random stuff that I guess didn't sell. They auction it off, and she wins these things for like $5. She made $3, just on this hat. She tried to give it to me for free and just asked me to pay shipping, but I was like, no, we're here to make money. Let me at least give you a few bucks for it. So yeah, so I sent her $8 to cover shipping and all, but yeah, so like that hat, it's cool to me for, a couple different reasons. One, it's Stephen King related, but it's just a cool looking hat too.
It is cool.
Right? So that one is going to be hard to let go of because I've never seen one before. But well, I guess we can come back to that later, Alex. Your next
on the cliffhanger, but
the next part of this episode that you want to discuss, the challenge.
Okay.
Yep. All right.
So
Chris.
All right. All right. I got some Lego minifigures here. And so these are all from the Clone Wars, and the Clone Wars sets. Let's see if I can figure this out here.
Look at that fancy display case.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Keeps the dust off them and everything. All right. So these are mainly from Clone Wars. I'm trying to keep the glare off. I can't even see hardly.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is 20 grand worth of plastic right there.
That's right.
There we go. Dang, I'm backwards. All right. So these two right here
clipping this
are Captain Rex, and those are the most those are two of the most expensive in the case. These two up here, Boba Fett and Jango Fett Boba Fett is a kid and Jango Fett is dad. That set right there is like $500. Well, between $400 and $500. But yeah, all these are from Clone Wars. So we got Shock T, Captain Rex, General Grievous, Jango Fett, Boba Fett, and then Ezra Briggs, and then that's Jango and Boba as kids, or father son. But these aren't for sale. I only bought one of these like on eBay. I sent somebody a lowball offer for Captain Rex Phase 1, and they accepted like for half price. But all the rest have been thrifted for pennies.
Dude, I'd sell them so fast it'd make your head spin.
And they do sell fast too. Like if I put them up for sale, they would sell.
I'm serious. What do you think that whole box would go for in total?
Between 800 and 1,000.
Sold. Get out of here.
Well, I got 3 more of those cases that are maybe not quite as much as that, but comparable. Probably like a $3,000 collection or something. Something silly, man. And I only bought one of them, like legit.
That's cool, man. That's good finds there.
Yeah, buddy. All right, Jason, you're up, buddy.
I'll show a couple things. I just got this. I thought it was really cool. This is a brand new. This Hot Wheel hadn't come out. Well, it's about to be out in the next month or so. It's an unspun of the Hirahata Merc that Brendan just got finished with, and he's a designer for Hot Wheels. Anyway, he just finished that. I picked that up at the show. Like I said, it's not come out. It'll be out in the next couple of weeks to a month. But
cool.
And then I picked this up years ago. This is something kind of cool. If you like old drag racing stuff, this is a snake, but this is a prototype package. You can see right here. Let's turn it this way. This has got toasters and some other craziness. what they did was they'd stamp it out. Mattel would stamp whatever they had out, and then they would test fit the packaging. So there's only one of these known in the world. I know who's got the pair to it because he's wanting the other one. I mean, he's wanting this one to go with his mongoose. And then one other, well, I got a couple other things, but I'm going to show this one. This will be on the new video. This is an original case from 1970 of Redlines. Of course, it's empty, but to find an original case from 1970, I've got some plans for this. And that's just some stuff I've picked up in the last little bit.
Holy crap!
Told you, man. He's got the stuff.
Dude.
So what is that? What is that valued at? If
What's
you
that?
could put a value, what is it valued at? If you could put a value
Which
on
one?
it,
Which one?
Just all of them combined, maybe.
This one's just an unspun, so it's probably $25-$30 after it starts coming out. This one,
yeah, that's cool.
I'm gonna say $25,000 to $3,000. And I'm gonna say maybe the box. It's in rough shape. It's all relative on the box, but I'd say at least $300 to $400 maybe for the empty box.
Oh, yeah.
But
Sell it.
there's just not a lot that's around there. So, but my plans on
my snake car is unbelievable.
There's listed on the cars that come in this box, so I'm gonna try to get them all and display them coming out of the box.
Well, why don't you just in your shop open up a Hot Wheels museum and you could charge people to walk through it?
Well, I think Ben's the only one that's actually seen some of my Hot Wheels side of my shop, and it's basically is a museum right now.
He's already there.
I've got every car. Every car is on display from 1968 to 1989 right now. And then I'm slowly starting getting all the packages of the original Redline packages and the Blackwall stuff in the pack. That's the track sets. I'm slowly trying to get room to put all that out. So,
all right.
I'm not even a collector.
Where are you located?
Listening to this, I don't have a Stephen King.
Are you in Tennessee?
Yeah, I'm in Tennessee.
So can me and Ben go on a field trip and go look at your thing?
I was gonna say, how far are you from the 127th?
Dude, that's scary.
I have Hot Wheels, but I don't have that cool type of thing.
Well, I already told Jason, dude, I'd have to bring 10 or 20 grand with me to go shop at his house. There's no way I'd get out of
it. There's quite a few stuff that I'd sell, but if it's on the wall, it's probably not going to be for sale.
Yeah.
So,
hey, first sale of the week.
Who? First sale of the week?
Yes.
For this show, I just got a sale. It wasn't a great one, but a sale nonetheless.
Yep. First show sale.
I forgot we were recording tonight, so I already accepted all my offers, so I can't sell anything on this show.
You forgot we were recording.
All right.
I accepted an offer earlier, and I was like, should have waited.
Should have waited.
Just accept them as soon as they come in.
All right.
I got a $5 offer on a $30 item. That's great.
Yeah, that's up par with everybody else right now, I think.
Yeah.
So I have a die cast room, and I've got a lot of my collection hanging on the wall, and I plucked this off the wall. I like one-off stuff, and it's the only way usually you can get that is through prototypes and Hot Wheels, or if you get into the custom community where people start customizing these cars. This is a Freddy Krueger.
Oh, that's dope.
I have some.
See him on the hood?
Yeah.
A little gasser, and it's Nightmare on Elm Street.
That's cool, man.
And it's signed by the customizer that done it. Would I sell it? You daggone right. If the price is right, I'd sell it.
What's
I don't know what it is,
worth,
guys.
roughly?
I can identify with every one of you about how you can become attached to something. I mean, I've got things that I'm attached to, but being in reselling and finding stuff cheap and making some killer profit on it, I'll just let anything go if the price is right, except that Mantle baseball. I won't do that. But everything else, if money's good, I'll let it go.
Yeah.
So what do you think that Freddy Krueger custom is worth?
I don't know. Jace, you ever seen anything like that?
Yeah, there's a lot of guys, not this exact one, they go to the shows. The customizing stuff's become huge. in the last 10 to 12 years, really. I mean, I used
It's
to
got-
do a lot of it back in the day. And then whenever you get into custom contest, if you win one in the amateur, then you got to go up to pro. So my whole goal was just to win one in amateur. I won one and then I quit. So
Yeah.
I used to do them, and now I just do them I do them to give away now for ropes at the shows. I'll make a custom run of 15 or 20, and then I'll give them to my close friends to commemorate the show that you only see once a year. So
That's cool.
I just found something I need to add to my collection, and I'm going to share my screen.
Are you
if
shopping during the show? What's going
Yeah,
on?
I was curiosity.
He's not even part of the show. He's just shopping.
Curiosity got the best of me.
I'm gonna buy some of that.
Researching things.
I've got that.
Okay.
You've got that?
Yep.
$100.
Jason, how many do you have? I
I
just need one.
I couldn't tell you if I've even still got that or not, because if it's after 89, I'm basically let it go. So I mean, I'm not saying I don't have it. I just have to look.
Well, if you do,
there's 4 available.
yeah, this douchebag's got 4 of them. I just want one.
That's
Shoot 'em
enough.
out.
Eleanor, Gone in
That's
60
sweet.
seconds. That's cool.
Yeah, that was
a
great
cool movie, man.
Yeah,
I'm
really
getting
good
my
movie.
car striped just like this.
But you only drive under the speed limit in the fast lane, Ben.
Yeah. Little do you know, I got a speeding ticket over the weekend. But
Did you? Let's talk about that.
No, I'm just kidding.
How fast?
You're not like one of those guys that owns a Corvette but goes super slow. I don't know what's up with Corvette drivers, but it always seems to be the Corvette that's going super slow.
Probably older,
Yeah, older.
or they already had a bunch of tickets.
How come our squares got a lot smaller?
It flipped
I don't
around.
know. My square is the same size it was before, but all your guys' squares shrank.
There you go.
There we
There
go.
you go.
We're
So I
back.
got small square.
Probably because I shared my screen, and then whenever I stopped it, probably just adjusted.
All right. I think we're back to it now.
All right. Is it back to my turn here?
Yep.
I don't know. So I'm throwing out a challenge to any collectors / resellers to list one item a week of their collection.
We didn't discuss a week. We discussed.
I'm just
Oh,
throwing this
boy.
challenge out because I need to downsize.
We
and sell
discussed
some
one
things.
item.
All right. Well, I've built up a pretty decent size Hulk collection, so I'm gonna start letting go of my Marvel Hulk collection. This is brand new in the box. I've had it for over, I don't even know how many years when this came out. The Hulk model.
That's cool.
So what did I pay?
Well,
I
that's cool.
paid
Freaking
I paid
smash.
$64 for this. I don't think this one actually went up in price, so maybe it's like 85. I'll have to look it up, but I'm gonna list this. It's never been open. It would be cooler if it was open, but I was one of those weird collectors that didn't open anything. So
Yeah,
if I
wouldn't
could
either.
afford 2 of them, I would have bought another one to open. But so I'm gonna list that, and then I have more Hulk behind me that I'm gonna start listing. Just not really to get rid of the collection, just so I could add my new wrestling collection up here. 'Cause that's my new obsession with wrestling
room?
figurines. Yeah, I got to make some room
That's
for
cool.
some new stuff. And I slowly gave up on Marvel. So
well,
All right. I'll list this.
all right, what's
Yep.
that go for?
yeah.
I've
What
got
does
a
it
clue.
go for? I'm
I don't know.
curious.
I'm gonna scan this right now and see what.
Probably going to be.
Okay.
Well, it's autograph. It's
40 to
autographed too, so that's gonna.
How do you price a one-off custom?
Who done it? That's the thing.
I don't
If
know.
you-
I can't read the
you had a-
writing.
If you have a Chris Walker, then you're going to be pretty expensive because he passed away this last year.
We got
And then-
two of mine listed at 130 right now. Not
there you
sold
go.
at that. Not sold at that price, but I'll undercut them probably.
Most of the time, customs $40, $50, $60, just depends on the subject and what it is. Being that it's a 55 gasser, I actually physically collect that casting that Mattel
Well, good.
puts
I'll sell
out.
it to you.
Now that Mattel puts out, I don't do code 3 cars in collection. Only my, if I got real good friends that we trade ropes around, and I'll keep those. But as far as customs go, I really can't get into them because you start getting that in your collection, people start seeing that and they'll be like, oh, well, maybe his collection ain't the real deal.
I have
On
no
some of
idea what the hell you guys
expensive-
are talking about.
Just
Let's
like
talk
me
about-
when you all talk about books.
Let's
I'm
talk about
clueless.
some books.
Right.
Expensive cars.
I'm just gonna
People
pick up my book I'm reading right now and finish it.
people fake cars just like they fake everything for years, and you'll have a $600 car, but then is it a real one? Is it faked? Was it faked in the '80s so it looks like it's old today? That's just what it is. It's
Hey, man, we're all a bunch of fakers. This podcast is fake. We do it all
Right.
the time, don't we, fellas?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the old
Everything's
saying,
real.
fake it till you make it.
Alex is really not bald. He has a bald cap he puts on before we go record.
I just wanted to be cool like Shane.
Yeah,
But
I'm pretty
Shane
cool.
really has hair too.
All right, Alex, what is you wanted to go through, and then we'll move through some other segments.
All right. Well, is
We
anyone
gotta-
else willing to let
Yeah.
anything go?
Yep. So,
All right, wait, are you listing books? I'm going to bid right now, Shane.
Yeah.
actually, I'm going to do 2 different Whatnot shows.
Okay.
One's all hats, and
All right.
one is my entire Stephen King book collection.
Holy crap.
Why?
All of it.
Because I've read them all.
How
I
much?
honestly don't need them. Like, they're just taking up space. Don't get me wrong, I love them, but I don't need them. They're just taking up space. And I was thinking about your challenge, and I was like, you know what? That would be a good thing to step up to this challenge with, because they just sit there and like look cool. That's it. And I have no sentimental value to any of them. But then the hat show, you guys know I love to buy hats. I'll get more
Hey,
hats. For
Shane,
sure.
let's cancel your Whatnot show right now. Let's do a bulk buy. We'll talk after the show.
No, he's serious.
Oh, I'm sure.
All right.
cool.
You're gonna get dollars, maybe $1.
I'm going to be doing my first Whatnot Thursday myself.
Okay.
I've been talking to the diecast rep over there, and he got on with me yesterday, and my son, we kind of got it set up so he walked me through all the good stuff, and going to promote the sale a little bit so I can get started working over there on Whatnot. I don't know a whole lot about it, but he's supposed to feature it and all that good stuff. So we're going to try it Thursday, I hope, sometime. I don't know, somewhere around 3 or so.
That's
Okay,
cool,
how they
man.
going?
Good
How
luck.
they, how are they going to find you on Whatnot, Jason?
He said he was going to promote it somehow, and I don't know exactly how that works. I'm
You
just
have
going to
a-
put it as Lux Garage, and it's going to be my first show. And it's Lux Garage,
already-
but it's going to be my first show, and I don't know exactly what he said. I've got it wrote down somewhere.
Maybe you could promote it on Instagram so that we could all
Yeah.
check it out.
It's under Lux Garage. I do know that much because
So Ben's gonna spend all his money at Jason's show buying Hot Wheels. I'm gonna spend all my money buying all the books.
But I'm going to buy to resale, dude. Like, I'm going to make that money, you know?
yeah.
Keep that in mind. Keep
first.
that in mind, Jason. Being your
Yeah.
first show.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Whatnot promotes the ever living crap out of it for you. Because I don't know what kind of money you got tied up into just say you're doing 50 cars, but those 50 cars, Whatnot first shows are freaking heartbreakers sometimes, man. Most of the time.
I don't have a lot. Well, actually, I don't have anything in it. So it's whatever
Okay.
I make is awesome. But I'm going to have a little bit of for everybody. So
Well,
Cool.
diecast is big on Whatnot, dude. I mean, I go into a lot of those shows, man. They draw numbers.
And
That's
you're
cool.
kind of known in the diecast community, Jason, right?
a little bit.
All right,
That was
Chris.
an understatement. Okay, so I got 24 or 32 of these minifigures that I collected. So
You're going to sell those in that box.
Well, I'm going to pick 4 out of my collection to sell. Okay, I haven't quite decided which ones to sell. I know which ones I'm not selling,
That's important. You got that figured out. What
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
the important part.
but I'll pick 4 out. I'll get them listed by next show, and I'll share like what's sold or what's listed or both, or however it rolls. So mark me
Nice.
down as 4 items I'm gonna sell.
Cool.
We'll see. I'll mix it up. I'll put some good ones in there.
All
It's
right.
tough though, man. Those things are hard to come by.
Fellas, you might be ready for this one. I don't know, but I figured we'd just go ahead and do some of the general segments that we always do. Let's talk about this find of the week, guys. What did we get? What did we get?
Starting, Alex.
I got this Team Sleep vinyl. So Team Sleep is like a side project of Deftones. This was a record store day release, so it only limited edition. You could only get it during record store day. I paid $39.95 for this. It's selling for around $85.90 on eBay right now.
Nice.
So I got this at McKay's by trading in dud books to try to get money for this.
So when was that released? I remember
Saturday.
I love
So
nice. I love Deftones, and I remember
yes.
Team Sleep, but I didn't know they were still doing stuff.
Yeah, this just came out. So record store day was Saturday. So they only do limited edition runs on record store day. And this was, I didn't even show up to record store day. I came the day on Monday, and McKay's had one left of this. And I just picked it up, scanned it, and saw that it was selling. There's 58 listed right now, and 150 have sold already for $95 to $85.
Good sell-through rate.
So 300%. And if it never sold, Deftones is one of my all-time favorite bands ever. So, you know, if it never sold,
right,
I'd
well,
still be
answer
happy.
this: Adrenaline or Around the Fur? It's a tough question.
Yeah, I don't know. They're the Pink Floyd of metal, in my opinion. That's what I call them, Pink Floyd of metal. Around the Fur, I don't know. Back to School. There's so many good albums. Every album's great.
I think I pick Around the Fur personally, but
yeah,
they're both great.
Yep.
Guys, I really didn't do any kind of sourcing this week.
Your van.
I did. I did buy a van.
You need to get a picture of that and share it, Shane.
Amazing.
Get a picture of the van.
I already got stickers ordered, bro.
There you go.
You got a picture you could share of that van? We'll put it up.
Yeah, let me go to my Facebook really quick.
Here, I'll share my find real quick.
All right.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, so this was hanging on the wall of a sale that I went to.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, wow.
Boy, that's going to be fun to ship.
Wow. I'm going to keep it, actually. I think it's 5 foot by 3 foot. You can see how big the sucker is.
That's cool how it's magnified. That's really cool.
Go ahead and roll. I'll tell you what it is. It's a picture of Chicago's first 500-mile international auto derby, Speedway Park, Chicago, June 26, 1915. And it shows them like all on the starting line right there.
Yeah, that's
and
cool.
The track is like one of the board tracks. But if you look at just the mere size of this freaking track, dude. Craziness. Anyway, I got that for $5, man.
Wow.
That's cool.
I was at a sale where there was a son and daughter cleaning out their parents' garage, and that was on the wall. Well, the sister or the daughter was out there when I showed up, and I was like, "Oh, how much for that?" She's like, "Oh, that's not for sale." I was like, "Oh man." So then the son came out, and she said, "He wants to buy that. We're not selling that, are we?" He said, "Yeah, $5. You want it?" I'm like, "Yes, please."
Did you comp it out by chance?
I didn't know. I haven't even researched it. It hasn't even crossed my mind to sell it yet because I.
What if that thing comp sold at $1,000? Would you sell it?
It'll be out. I would sell it for $1,000.
Let me know before you sell it.
Okay.
That's
we'll just give each other.
Trying to find a place on the wall.
We're just gonna buy each other stuff tonight.
Yeah,
that's what's happening.
This is how we're going to make it on eBay, ladies and gentlemen. We're all just going to buy from one another. No returns.
Locker room marketplace.
Shane, do you like the,
that's a good idea.
Do you like the Hulk, Shane? Wait, I'll trade you for some books.
Locker room marketplace.
That's killer.
Did you find a picture of the van?
Yeah,
here
it's
it
down
is.
there waiting on you.
There you go. Look at that.
That's the Soda City snagging wagon, y'all.
The snagging wagon.
Yep.
Are you going to drive that to 127?
I'm hoping to. It's going to depend. It's got some issues I'm working on, like the distributor cap, rotor button, some new plugs and wires. It's got a few things that I want to make sure everything's up to par before it, takes a road trip like that.
That's a bus.
Was it a church van or individual or what?
I bought it from an individual. I think it may have used to been a church van.
Right.
I'm not 100% sure. I'm the third owner of the van, and the guy who I bought it from was using it as a mobile detail van. That's what he does for a living. And he bought this as a second vehicle in his little fleet.
Yeah, is that why the back seats? Do you have the back seats, or they were just completely gone?
They're completely gone. And
okay.
I know you said you were watching my new video. I just posted a video about this van.
Yeah.
But I mentioned in the video that when I bought it, the seats were already gone, which is exactly how I wanted it anyways. Had I found one with all 4 rows of seats, 3 of them were coming out.
Yeah.
Because I wanted the driver's seat, passenger seat, and the 1 row for anybody else who may be riding, and the back is just for sourcing and whatever. So I found it exactly how I would have done it anyways.
Yeah, that van is this first van that I toured in. So we had just the 1 bench seat, and the rest was all equipment. And then we slept on top of our equipment if we couldn't get a place to stay.
It's cool,
right? Yeah, but $1,500 cash, love it, absolutely love it.
And when you tint those windows,
2000 or something.
Yeah, I gotta tint the windows for sure. What's that, Chris?
What year is it? Like a 2000 or something, or what?
It's a 92, Broham.
92? Oh, dang.
Yep.
It was way off.
when you tint them, put the people's faces look like they're riding in the back.
Yeah, on the windows.
Of all the other pickers.
Yeah, there you go.
It's behind you.
It's good side.
They're behind you.
Side view. We can
all the YouTube personalities' faces on there, side shots.
So I was on my live last night, and I was saying, "Have you guys seen my van? Have you seen my van yet?" You know, I'm just excited about it. And Corey's in there, Grams and Pops Vintage, and he's like, "You're gonna have to get a sticker made that says, 'Have you seen my van?'"
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna show you guys my sticker I designed today.
You ran with it, huh?
That's all he kept saying in his life. Have you seen my van? But it was really creepy. Have you seen my van?
Have you seen my van?
Yeah,
ladies. Let me.
You want some candy?
I'm trying to get this sticker to pull up. This thing's dope, y'all. All right, hold on. I got it pulled up. Let me just get back.
You just got to put a sticker of your van on your van.
Well, that'd be a great idea.
Just wrap it.
Let's see.
With the sticker.
Come on.
All right.
Good job there. Looks great.
There you go.
Oh yeah, dude, that's killer.
Why didn't you just paint it like that? Everyone will see your van. That's funny.
Yeah,
it looks good with the blacked out windows like that.
That's what I plan on doing. Is
this a Chevy though? That's not a Ford, is it?
That's a Chevy.
No, that's not the exact same van. That's AI generated.
You get the idea though.
Yeah, I created that with AI, so
that's cool.
All right, Jace, you got a find of the week?
Well, besides the box, probably this is probably my favorite thing that I got. Looks like an empty case, but this is the actual card that come out of this case. This is a Mexico Armont exclusive from 1983. Very rare to find one on the card. I collect loose. It was already yellowed and busted, so I went ahead and loosened it. But that's probably one of my favorite things that I found while I was gone this last week or so. And then, of course, the red line box is just killer.
Cool.
So,
all right.
So sweet.
I went yard selling on Saturday, and weather was terrible. Pouring rain when I got up, and then when it wasn't raining, it was misting. But a lot of times when the weather's bad and there's still sales, there's less people out. I ran into a ton of stuff. I ended up spending $73 on Saturday. When it brought it all back, got it all drafted, comped out. Spent $73 with $829.59 in resale value. This is just one of the little things. A vintage waffle maker. Vintage kitchen appliances, man. If they still work,
yes,
bring some money. This one
You bring that
Listen
to
here.
the house so
Yeah.
we can have some waffles in the morning.
Well, you know what? By the way, that reminds me, Alex. Thank you. Josh, Bama Jaybird Resell. Since you like showing off all the food you make every day, you, my friend, is coming to the 127 House of the Reseller Locker Room to fix us breakfast every morning while we're in town. All right. Then found
Whoa.
this bronze eagle. This was at a church rummage sale, $2.
That's
Comps
cool.
on it between 60 and $80.
Heck yeah.
Isn't that
Sweet.
cool?
That is
Yeah.
very cool.
That's so cool. I'd keep it.
Yeah, I am.
I got a giant eagle like that too, somewhere.
Yeah, but
lost
do
in
you
my
got
collection.
one? Do you got one of these?
I don't, because send me some stickers. Let's trade. What the heck? I ain't getting no
I don't
stickers.
even have any of those.
I don't know. I-
Check your PO boxes because
Yeah, it was in my PO box. I talked to Josh.
I
Like, oh, I
had-
sent that a long time ago. I was like, oh, I haven't checked in about a week or two, but okay.
Well, I don't have a PO box.
I don't got
gotta
a
get
PO
one.
box either.
I went.
just-
Well, see, maybe that's the thing because my PO box is listed at the bottom of all my video descriptions.
That's how you keep getting gifts.
Yeah, I got it in my
Yeah,
bio.
People
too.
send me stuff, man, and it's super cool. You guys saw my video where Chad sent me some cool hats and stuff. Man, just my viewers are absolutely amazing.
Yeah, Wolfman sent me something too. I just featured it on a video that I'm publishing tomorrow.
I did get
Nice.
sent a Thundercat, so one time.
That's cool. Yeah, so I just happened to go to my PO box because that's where all my eBay orders, returns, things like that, and all my Whatnot orders go to. Well, I had ordered some golf shirts off of Whatnot, and I got a notification that they were delivered, so I went to pick them up and I had that package from Josh in there. I was like, man, that was super cool. I had no idea he sent them.
Yeah, it was a nice surprise for me too.
All
now,
right.
now I'm gonna send him some stickers. I got his address now.
Yeah,
Or his PO box address.
Sale of the week.
Sale of the week.
I'll go
Want me to
first.
start?
I'll go first. Picked up a Mezco Living Dead doll, a Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy Krueger with sound effects. Got that for $15. It sold for $52.72 plus shipping. Buyers all in at $72.77.
that's cool, man. My ex-wife used to collect living dead dolls, and I wish I had her collection now. Those things sell pretty decent.
Yeah, this was still in the box. I mean, yeah. Got it at a thrift store, I believe it or not.
All right,
All right, who's next?
I got one. It's not the highest price, but the story behind this item. I'm going to butcher the name. Apokamia. I'm not sure. Revised version. It's a book from Greek Latin. It's from 1894. So I found this book at the Goodwill bins for like $1. I sold it for $65, and this was probably a year, maybe almost a year ago. I'm not sure where I got it actually. And then after I sold it, I found a copy on eBay, and the person that had the book didn't know what they had. So I bought it from eBay for $11, and I just sold it, the same book again, from an eBay to eBay flip for $67.41. So this vintage book. So
Heck yeah.
definitely look back through your solds, guys, and see if you can find the same item, because sometimes people don't realize what they have. You can flip things from eBay to eBay.
Yep.
Done it. Yep.
Chris,
Done
you sent me this, Chris.
Yeah, that's so my sale of the week. So it's a pair of shoes that I found at the thrift store. Well, the thing about this is they're Jordans, and they already had an eBay authentication tag on them.
Yeah.
So I scanned them and made sure it was all legit before I bought them. I bought them for $12. Let's see, it says I listed them in March, so they haven't been around that long for shoes anyway. But anyway, I took an offer for $75. Long story short, I made $48 on that sale. But that was my top sale since the last time we talked.
You reckon that will still be sent to authentic? Blah, 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 blah.
Yes,
I can't even
authentication. It is getting sent to authentication
twice. It's going now twice.
Well, the first time wasn't from me.
We got a
So
sale.
I told them. So eBay's like, yep, they got to be
Nice.
authenticated. So
A pathetic sale, but it's a sale.
You know what they're going to start doing? I guarantee this will happen. At some point, eBay will start charging us for that authentication service, and they'll take it out of our money.
I don't know. Right now, I don't mind when it's authenticated, or when it has to go to authenticator because it's free shipping. So
I'm just saying that's
Right.
that's a money grab. They'll start charging for that.
yeah, I hope not, but we'll see. I use ever since I got popped for those fake ones, I use check on anything that doesn't
Yeah.
have an authentication tag on it like that. So
I
you
use
can do
check.
a pair of shoes on check for like $3, $2 or $3. You have to wait like I think an hour for the results, maybe something like that. But
Yeah, and
All
you
right,
can
Jason.
you can pay it a little bit more to get them even faster. But
right,
yeah, I use check. It's a pretty decent app.
you almost got to
My
now.
item that just sold, J Rides Flips must have bought it because it's a Mormon coloring book that sold for
Yeah.
$60. Latter-day
He probably
Saint
did.
coloring book.
He
Hey.
probably was him.
Was that a spoof video he put out, or did he really get downgraded to below average?
That's legit. He was just on Cat, the Nurse Flipper, and Rod's show talking about it. Right
Yeah, that
before
was
we
a
started
terror.
recording.
Yeah, that
Wouldn't be hard to have happen,
He's
man. I
had
mean,
he's had
Well-
two more today. Two more today.
Today?
what was he getting popped for? I didn't see.
Oh, go watch the video, man. That sucks.
Well, we're talking about it.
Well,
It's he basically, his post office is dropping the ball. They're scanning things as he's dropping them off, and then it turns out that all these items, it looks like we're on the same truck, and it's like that truck disappeared.
it got lost.
So
or in
all
a wreck.
a
wreck or
ton of
something.
people
That sucks.
are item not received, and there's no tracking record because nothing got scanned after the
updated.
initial scan.
Yeah, nothing.
So it just shows that they're in possession of it, and that's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's
That's
nothing he can do about it. He's been talking with eBay and doing all the things and everything, but he's dropped below standard for the next. It looks like he was mentioning on Cat Show for the next like 60 days. It looks like.
Yeah, that's terrible, man. I feel for him.
Did you accept an offer, Alex?
No.
Whose phone was that?
That was mine.
You made a sale?
He got
Yeah.
paid.
I got paid.
All right. Jason, what do you got, buddy? Sale of the week?
I've been selling convention 55 gassers pretty regular. I've sold 3 of them this week. They're averaging about 120, 130 a piece. So
Nice.
You picked those up at the convention?
yeah,
that you were
that's the
just
only
at?
way. That's the only way you can get those.
So how much do you get them for at the convention?
You actually end up around $35 a piece. Is about what you got in them. When I go to the convention, the finale car. Of course, I collect this casting, so this one's mine. I've actually done ripped this one open, and
I love that casting.
But yeah, that's one of my favorites that I collect now. Brendan done a great job on it because he did his original. He did the 55 gasser. That was his real car. But anyway, you got to go to the convention, and in these cars right here, pretty much pay my way to the conventions. That's how you got to do it. You got to, my wife goes with me. Sometimes my son, but most times it's my wife. So you're allowed to get 3 of each car.
Yeah. Limit.
And then that's it open. Anyway, you're allowed to get 3 of each car, and they sell about usually 100 to 150 each. And then the finale cars usually are a little better. This time it was a 2018 Copo Camaro, and it ain't selling very well. But I get 4 of those, and I got 6 of each of the other cars, and I get 2 pink party cars. And I've sold all that except for just a couple of cars left. And that paid for my trip, and then that basically pays for my hotel room. And that's what you got to, that's how you got to do it. And then whenever you go there and you buy a collection, or you'll go in and buy somebody's room out and keep what you want and then resell it real quick so you can, break even. So basically you come home and you've made money, plus you bring home stuff for your collection. That's the way you got to do it.
He's a guru. He's a guru.
Buy out the whole room, huh?
Well, whenever you buy out the whole room is easier and cheaper. The more bulk buys, just like anything else, you walk in and somebody's got something that you want 3 or 4 of, and they're $3 a piece. Say, I'll take all of them for $2 a piece. Go back to your room, keep the ones you want, and then sell them back out for $3 to $4 a piece. Usually loose. Easier for me to sell loose because a lot of people don't care. I mean, if you're at a Hot Wheels show, a lot of people don't care unless you're there, if they're in the open or not. So
Right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm
Well, it's just like
listening. I'm
anything.
listening. I'm interested.
Anyway, sorry. Anything you want to collect, you got to figure out a way to make enough money to keep your collection for free, or you can't collect.
True that. That's a good point. Matter of fact, that ought to be the tip of the week.
There you go.
All right.
Good tip.
Did you have a sale?
Yep, I do. I went to a yard sale and the footage hasn't come out yet. I've been slacking on the video. I went to a yard sale and found a dude in my industry, and he had what's called an RF monitor, radio frequency monitor, and it's basically the human body is only allowed to withstand so much RF, and these monitors we use on top of towers or on rooftops or anywhere where there's active antennas, and it just allows you to work knowing what limits you're at and all. I sold a used Field Sense RF monitor with the case and the paperwork and everything for, what's that say, $230.
Hold on a minute.
$235.90.
Yeah, there you go.
Cool.
Well, on 20% off. And I
How much
paid
did you pick it up for? Oh,
$5.
Paid
Wow.
$5.
Yeah,
heck yeah, that's awesome.
That was, I picked it up. I guess it's been 3 weeks ago now, I think, is when I went to the yard sales.
That's killer,
But
dude. You can take the
And
rest
it
of the
just
week off.
it just sold.
Wow. That's
Yeah, that
ridiculous.
was
Like
my
off.
best. That was the best day I've had in a while, because that sale put me, I was almost $350 for the day with the other items that sold, and that's good for me. Like, very good for me. So that was a good day.
Does everybody went?
Yep.
This is actually a short we're going to share.
Okay.
And we're going to watch it and get commentary about it. As soon as here it is. Ah,
Makes you country hat that sold for $18 comes with free head lice. Next up, to get rid of that lice, you can shave off your hair with these set of razors that sold for $14.99. Then we have this Logan Paul action figure that sold for $140 plus shipping. Now it's time to drink your sorrows away with this whiskey book lot. Now you can go take some drunken, blurry pictures with this Canon book for dummies. 2 more books that sold. We have this grading coin book that sold. And last up, we have Stalin's Shadow that sold on eBay. $9.99 plus shipping. All right, guys, keep on picking, keep on flipping. Beard King, out.
Was that weird for you, Alex?
That guy's an idiot. I don't know. That's all I got to say about that.
here's this hat with free head lice.
Hey, those you said, I don't know if Travis Matthew stuff sells anymore. That thing sold quick though. That hat.
It does.
That wasn't a Travis Matthew. That I don't know why I was thinking Travis Matthew hat, but I did.
Travis Matthew sells as it doesn't sell as good as it was, say, a year ago, but it does still sell.
For some reason, I thought it was that hat, but it was the What Makes You Country hat. So
that figure you got was Mattel Creations. Did you order that online?
Yes, So I don't know if I missed it. There's another one dropping. I don't know if it's coming out this week, right?
It's Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah, so I bought 12 of the Logan Paul action figures from Mattel Creations. I paid $40 each. I sold them all the way up. The most I sold one for was $300. I still have one because I kept one for myself in my collection. But this week they're dropping the another figure that's limited edition. They're only $20 though. So I'm contemplating, because you never know when it comes to buying this stuff if it's going to go from price or not.
Yeah, buy them.
Buy
what is it?
What from Mattel Creations?
So
what
Mattel
are they
Creations, they
dropping?
do limited a new wrestling figure. I'm blanking. Well, I don't know why I'm blanking on his name right now.
Yeah, Mattel Creations sells. Well, they do Hot Wheels, obviously.
Yes,
is the main reason I'm on there. But I buy everything that they drop because it's so limited that with me having to,
Yeah, you getting
I
this
get to
one?
get in first, get them, and then turn around and I can resell them. If I want to keep one, I can keep one if I resell a couple of them. Usually they'll double, triple in price right off the bat, and then maybe even more, like you said, a couple $100 on some of them if you can get a hold of them.
Yeah, so I bought them like 6 months out, and invested what was like five something into them.
Right.
So let me see if I missed this drop. What is the date?
Well,
today?
I
missed it. I missed it. I flaked on it, but it was a CM Punk drop for $25. It was this one. It already sold out. I was just gonna buy 2 of them and keep one, and then hopefully the other one would pay for mine, But I forgot to buy it. So, but yeah, anything on Mattel Creations, if you just sign up, they'll email you when they're dropping new things. So
you got to pay for a membership for that.
I do. Well, I do because
What
of Redline Club membership.
Redline Club.
You get to come in. You get to come in early, and order, and I also get to order that stuff.
Yeah.
And I try to order some of the big stuff, but it's usually, like you said, it'll sell out. And Redline stuff, Hot Wheels will sell out in less than a minute. Usually, it's all gone.
That's that Mattel Creation Logan Paul.
Yeah, it's killer. They do some awesome stuff right now. They've got a lot of He-Man stuff about to come out, and I don't collect the new stuff, but it's awesome.
Yeah.
How much is the Redline Club to join?
Usually 35.
Is it a month or
no for the
year?
whole year?
For the year. Yeah.
But they only open it for so long, and then they close it, and then that's it.
Got it.
For that year.
Well,
so you got to.
When do they open it? The beginning of the year?
It's usually January, end of January, 1st of February, and then it runs until they, fill up. You might be able to go right now, but I'd say it's filled right now. I haven't looked.
Right.
I'm gonna look up, just so everyone knows, I'll look up this action figure that just came out and see what it's going for already on eBay.
All right.
Yeah,
While you're doing that, I want to share the
trying to
comment
figure
of the
this out.
week to last week's video, guys. This is from Rick Rotman. He says, I listen to the Trash to Cash podcast every week, but I normally know less about reselling after each episode. So thank you, Rick. We appreciate you watching, buddy.
That's funny.
That is funny.
That is
All right.
That's a good comment. I didn't see that one. Must have just left recently.
Yeah. And then, of course, Bethany left a comment. Alex, let me know when you list that typewriter so I can send you an offer for half the price. I know how happy that makes you.
I'm gonna go with sold comps and see if I missed out on something.
Did you guys see the? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Alex.
This was 25 brand new. It's selling for average like $60. So I mean, it wouldn't have been a home run like the Logan Paul, which I knew Logan Paul was going to be a home run. I put a lot of money into that. I wish I would have bought 20 of them, honestly, just because he's like the hottest new thing in wrestling.
So
But
how do you
yeah.
know when something's gonna drop like that? How do you know when something's coming up? Do they just send out mass
Email. I get an email alert.
Well, yeah, emails, forums. I
Or
mean, I
just
don't know
check.
what
I mean, if you follow, I only knew about the wrestling because I follow wrestling pages. So I just found out through some Instagram or something. Or actually, WWE themselves promoted it that it was coming out. So, but if you just go on Mattel Creations, they're dropping new stuff all the time of different, not just wrestling toys or cars, like all sorts of things.
Yeah, I'm on the website now and I see like
lots of
He-Man,
collabs.
Monster High, Barbie, all kinds of different
Monster
things.
High would probably be a good investment. I'm not
anything
sure what
Monster High, if you can get it. It's crazy right
so
now.
you just need to follow the time and get on there and order as many that you're willing to,
Yeah.
Whatever
money you can spare, if it's a pre-order item and you can get in.
Yeah, but you're gonna like the Logan Paul. I ordered it before I even moved out here, and I had no idea where I was gonna ship it to. So I got it shipped to my brother-in-law's house in Texas because I knew I was coming somewhere to the south. So it was 6 months later, and then he shipped them to me once he got them.
Yeah.
And,
that's the thing about a lot of that you got to wait. But I mean, if you can cash up front and wait, you'll make good at the end.
Yeah. So, I mean, I put in 5 something and I came out like $2,000 on that deal, probably.
Yeah.
That I made. So.
All right. Gentlemen, if you realize this or not, we are coming almost inside of 90 days away from the Highway 127 sale and the Two Old Guys Reselling Podcast / Reselling Locker Room Picking on the Plateau reseller event. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you've not purchased your tickets, you can go over to eventbrite.com, get in on that. Thursday night, we have a reseller locker room sponsored bowling tournament where we're going to just be there and having fun. You don't have to be great at bowling. We've talked about that. You do need to wear a nice bowling shirt, which many of us already have those purchased, and we will be sporting those. We may even have the best dressed contest. Who knows? But anyway,
I just got tassels for the bowling, so when I throw those,
yeah. And then on Friday nights, the actual meetup from 4 to 6:30 is a pre-meet and greet session followed by a home-cooked meal. Then we're going to be having a live auction and all kinds of free giveaways at the reseller event. Lots of things are going to be happening at the meetup you don't want to miss out on. Not to mention all the great picking that happens that entire week. For those of you that are not familiar with 127, the sale is actually advertised on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But if you were willing and able to get into town earlier, last year I started picking on Monday morning and picked through the entire week. Vendors were already there, set up and selling. You can get ahead of the crowds, get ahead of the traffic. So you might want to make plans to come to town early. Get your overnight accommodations booked because they do fill up fast. Crossville is not a big area. You may end up having to stay as far away as Knoxville. Some people had to do that last year. So go to Eventbrite, get your tickets, come to the reseller meetup and hang out with us. And it would be great to see you guys come and join us at this event.
Absolutely.
Yep.
If you need a place to stay, you can sleep in the back of Shane's van.
Yeah, well,
Comes with snacks.
pitch tents. You know, I said we could have people pitch tents at our rental house. We can do that. But hey, we want to say thank you to our locker room members, Skybox members, Wolfman Goodies. That's Mr. Chad, Trash to Cash podcast guys. We want to thank those two for being Skybox members. Go check out their podcast and Wolfman Goodies YouTube channel. Also, we want to thank Mike Camparelli, and I got his name spelled correct this time. Mike Camparelli is a big supporter of the channel, MVP member, and then finally Keith, Vintage Sports Flips MVP, also has a YouTube channel selling sports memorabilia. If you have any questions about any of those related categories, go see Keith over on his channel. He sure would appreciate it, and tell him that the Locker Room Boys sent you. All right, gentlemen, we are into this thing pretty deep. Do you have any other thoughts you'd want to share before we go?
I had a question for Jason. One Hot Wheel that's the elusive Hot Wheel. What's the one Hot Wheel that you're looking for that you haven't been able to find?
Rearboard beach bomb.
Oh yeah, everybody's looking for that.
I don't even know what that is. Google.
I don't got it. Understand.
I actually picked up one that was one of my rare ones not too long ago. Was the white interior on the Roger Dodger. Roger Dodger is one of my favorite Hot Wheels when I was little, and I've got the white interior on it. So that was one that was it's even though it's beat up, it's a pretty grail piece for me. So
That's awesome.
Sweet.
What'd you say the name of the one you're looking for is, Jason?
it's a rearboard beach bomb. I've got pictures of me holding one or two of them, but I don't own any of them. Last one, I think the last one that Bruce sold, I think he got 150,000. So,
I think I'm going to Larry Wood's house this week.
awesome,
My neighbor's taking me over there.
awesome.
Cool.
100.
You guys good? We ready to close this thing down?
150.
No. No. What for
What's that, Shane?
for a car?
Yeah,
150,000.
Big money.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining us for episode number 30 of the Reseller Locker Room Podcast. Big shout out to Jason from Lux Garage. Go give his channel a subscribe and like his videos here on YouTube, as well as Chris, Easy Pickens on YouTube, putting out some quality stuff, Chris. Shane, Soda City Flips,
Have you
Say
seen
you
my
love it.
van?
Have you seen his van, ladies and gentlemen? Go give him a like and subscribe. Beard King Picker selling hats with lice. Go give his YouTube channel a
Get a free
like and
haircut.
subscribe. Sorry, dude, I can't get off of that. My name is Ben, the Rocky Top Picker. Check me out on YouTube. Can't wait to see you guys right here once again in the Reseller Locker Room podcast every Thursday, 9 a.m. Peace and love. We're out of here.
Later, guys.